The current time is 3 p.m.
Keep the faith, internet radio. The home for great soul, lost soul in Motown. This is Bob's Sunday Soul on Keep the Faith, internet radio.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome along to Bob's Sunday Soul here on Keep the Faith Internet Radio. Well, I've got a new microphone. Trouble is, I'm not a sound engineer. I haven't a clue, and I still can't get it to sound 100%. Hopefully, it's acceptable for this afternoon's show. It's got buttons on the back. It's I've gone away from the condenser mic. They recommend for radio that you actually have a very decent dynamic mic for broadcasting, because it picks up less of the background sound. So hopefully I'll master it. Oh dear, never mind, eh? Right, let's get going on today's show. We're going to kick off this afternoon with the Ethics, and this one's called Searching. Getting us underway this afternoon, the Ethics and Searching, the B-side to Sad Sad Story, released by Vent Records in February of 1969, arranged by Vince Montana. It was composed by Alfred Milton, Tennant Howard, Tony Smith and Ronald Presson. Record World reviewed it 8th of February, Billboard on the 1st of March. February 69, signed distribution deal with Jamie Guyton Records, and Record World announced that on the 15th of February. Before we go any further, I just want to say a huge thank you to Tommy Gunn and Mike Hollis for the past 4 hours. As usual, absolutely cracking tunes, yes. Oh Lord, the phone's ringing already.
Cooey everyone, it's me, Nutty Butty. Am I connected to Keep the Faith? Hello? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, caller, you're through to Keep the Faith Internet Radio.
Oh, good. I was wondering if you could play a request for me.
A request? What would you like then, Butty?
Anything by Jimmy Shand and his band, please.
Yeah, cut that caller off. We're not playing any Jimmy Shand on here. Good morning, Michael Corderano. This is the Furies, just a little mixed up. This is Keep the Faith Internet Radio, and that was the Furies there, and just a little mixed up, which was an A-side on Keymen Records from January 1967, arranged by James Carmichael, produced by Jimmy Mack, composed by Charles Jackson, James Moore, Jerome Evans and Phil Solomon. Yes, good afternoon to Nutty Butty. Nutty, of course, follows me at 5 o'clock with his Sunday Soul, Smooth Soul sessions. Good afternoon to Anne and Steve Coleman in Kettering, Lardy and Helen up in Loughborough.
Sunday Soul on Keep the Faith, internet radio. On this day.
So on to our On This Day slot, and it's the 14th of September, of course, 2 days before my brother's birthday. Yes. Well, it was on this day, 14th of September 1941, that American vocalist Ivory Tillman was born. He came to prominence in the vocal harmony group, the Detroit Emeralds. They enjoyed a run of successful records, including their 1973 transatlantic hit, Feel the Need in Me. We lost him the day before his 73rd birthday, on the 13th of September, the anniversary, of course, yesterday, 2014. Now, it was on this day, 14th of September 1955, that Little Richard entered a New Orleans recording studio to begin 2 days of recording. Things were not going well, and during a break, Richard and his producer Bumps Blackwell went to the Dewdrop Inn for lunch. Richard started playing the piano in the bar like crazy, singing a loud and lewd version of Tutti Frutti. With only 15 minutes left in the session, Richard recorded the song and coined the phrase, a wop bob, a loo bop, a lot bamboo. There you go. 14th of September 1974, Stevie Wonder started a 2-week run at number 1 on the US album chart with Fulfillingness. First Finale, his second US number 1 album. The album received 3 Grammy Awards, including Album of the Year. Let's have the 3 tunes that go along with those. Starting with the Detroit Emeralds, this is Showtime. The Detroit Emeralds there, and Showtime. It had the instrumental on the B-side, released by Rick Tick Records in December 1967, arranged by Sonny Sanders, produced and composed by Al Kent, Herman Weems and William Garrett. This is Keep the Faith, Internet Radio. There's Little Richard, a little bit of something. What a cracking tune, Little Richard, and a little bit of something in brackets beats a whole lot of nothing. Released on OK Records, 16th of June 1967, arranged by Arthur Wright, produced and composed by Larry Williams. The UK release of that on Columbia Records, 21st of July 1967. You're listening to
the station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
Keep the faith in the radio.
This is Stevie Wonder. You haven't done nothing. There's a double negative. There you go, third on this day tune. Stevie Wonder and You Haven't Done Nothing. Track 1 on the B-side of the album we're celebrating, Fulfillingness. First Finale, released on Tamla Records, August 1974. Produced and composed by Stevie himself. The UK edition of the album actually came out first, because that came out in July 1974. You're listening to
Bob Hutchins, live on Keep the Faith in Internet Radio.
Here's the Bob Crew Generation. Music to watch girls by. The Bob Crew Generation, music to watch girls by. I don't bother with the music, I just watch them. Yeah, it came out on Dynavoice Records, December 1966, produced by Bob Crew himself, arranged by Hutch Davey and composed by Sid Raymond. Billboard magazine reviewed it Christmas Eve 1966, and the UK brought it out on stateside 20th of January 1966. You're listening to Bob Sunday Soul. I'm Bob Hutchins. Welcome along. This is Keep the Faith Internet Radio. Here's Echoes and Soul Masters, Looking for You. Not a bad little version at all. Unfortunately, only available on CD. Echoes and Soul Masters, Looking for You, taken from an album called Various, The Cream of Rare Soul 6x6. It was brought out by Bianco Music and Entertainment here in the UK in the year 2000. On your radio.
Soul music 24 hours. 24 hours a day. 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 24 hours
And now, 2 tunes from 1970 onwards.
Starting with this one from Lenny Welch. 100 Pounds of Pain. Or, as it's often known, The Fat Bird's Angry Again. Welch and 100 Pounds of Pain on Mainstream Records from September 1974, arranged by Bert Decotto, produced by Lenny Welch and Bert Decotto, composed by Lenny Welch and Rose Marie McCoy. Rose Marie, 2 names, yes, not 1 name. There you go, this is Keep the Faith Internet Radio. Buddy says the mic sounds fine, he's listening on his phone. And well, talking of phones, you see, you can actually make requests from your phone for free. All you got to do is go to the website for Keep the Faith internetradio.co.uk and find the link that says, what does it say? Hang on. Get my phone out. Voice requests. Now, put it in phone mode, the web view, rather than the desktop view. And when you click on it, scroll down and you'll see send voice message to Bob the Boss. And press start recording. And you can request a tune in the second hour or make a comment. And we'll play it live on air for you. There you go, little novelty thing, but a lot of people like to phone in requests, and we don't have a phone number. I don't want to give out my personal one, obviously. So there's a way of making a voice request here on the show. Currently at the moment, this is a free thing that you can sign up for, and it gives you a little bit of code, you see, that I put on the show pages for the various presenters here. So if any other live show presenters want to use it as well, then just get in contact with me and I can sort that out for you. Okay, here's the is it the second one? Yes, this is the second one from the 70s. It's Tommy Cook. He's cracking up, so am I. I must admit, I do like Tommy Hunt's version of that. It was released on Spark Northern Soul Records, 3rd of October 1975, produced by Barry Kingston, arranged by Frank Booth, and composed by Roy Hamilton, who of course did the original. And yeah, I like Roy Hamilton's version. Big fan of Roy's. That's why you're listening to Okay, get that barbecue on. Let's have a hot dog. The 4 shells here on Keep the Faith Internet Radio, and my hot dog in brackets, my baby's coming home, released by Volt Records, 14th of May 1966, produced by Eddie Thomas and Jerry Butler, composed by Billy Harper, Charles Calvin, James Calvin and Willie James Exxon. They were a group, of course. It doesn't say where they came from, but those were the group members. This is Keep the Faith Internet Radio. Joe Tex.
You had the bad man before you can count 1, 2, 3. Yes, you will.
There you go. That was Joe Tex, of course, and Joe Tex. Hold What You've Got, released on Dial Records, 23rd of November 1964, composed by Joe himself, and the UK edition released 8th of January 1965 on Atlantic Records. You're listening to Keep the Faith Internet Radio.
Hey Bobby, you're doing fabulous today, and your new microphone sounds absolutely wonderful. Play me something good. Be about time you did play something good on that show.
Yes. You sound so different in real life, but doesn't he? But he sounds so different.
The
Motown Double Play on Keep the Faith Internet Radio.
Kicking off with Mary Wells. Have a little patience and wait. Mary Wells and Have a Little Patience and Wait. I think that was unreleased one. It was. This is Stevie Wonder. Yeah, the fabulous Stevie Wonder. That was Never Dreamed You'd Leave in Summer, which was the B-side.
Putting the heart into soul music. This is Keep the Faith Internet Radio.
You know that sometimes I get a little weary. Sometimes I get a little weary.
Faith Internet Radio. That was the Modern Redcaps with George Tinley and Done Being Lonely. It was the A-side on Smash Records from June 1962, composed by George himself. Billboard reviewed it 30th of June, as did Cashbox. Now, in Billboard 23rd of June, it announced that the masters of that had been purchased by Cotton, or purchased from Cotton Records. I couldn't find an issue on Cotton Records. Whether there is one out there or not, I really couldn't tell you. And now I don't know what's happened. I've got silence. My music bed's not working. Is it gone? Oh dear, I feel naked. Right. Good afternoon to Narinda down there in Kent. Hope you're feeling well, Narinda. Nice to have you along. I don't know what the weather's like with you, but it's a rather wet and blowy afternoon here in Bedfordshire. Staying with that R&B feel, here's Etta James, 7 Day Fool. Was Etta James for you there, and 7 Day Fool, B-side to It's Too Soon to Know, released on Argo Records in October 1961. I say B-side, but actually if you look at the record, there doesn't appear to be any obvious A and B other than the Matrix numbers, so that's the order I put them on. And well, both tracks off that single were taken from album The Second Time Around. I can tell you it was composed by Billy Davis. You're listening to
Our legends don't keep the faith in it.
Leon Hayward here on Bob Sunday Soul, and that's called She's With Her Other Lover. No, rather Love. Released on Imperial Records, July 1965, composed by Leon Hayward along with Nathaniel Nathan. Reached number 13 in Billboard's R&B chart on the 13th of October 1965. No UK issue of that one. Yes, good afternoon to Steph. Nice to have you along. Is Dave with you? I'm sure he is. I've just got back from Barcelona, you know. Had some nice weather over there. I bet they wish they were still there. Here's Gloria Howell, and He's Gone. Gloria Howell bringing our one to a close. That was He's Gone, Big City Records, 1966, composed by Clarence Jackson and Robert Banks.
Sunday Soul. Live on Keep the Faith Internet Radio.
Welcome back to hour 2 of Bob Sunday Soul.
Have we really got another hour of this, Bobby? Oh, dear.
Yes, we have, Buddy, I'm afraid. Strap yourself in. Here we go. Getting out to underway, The Intruders and You're My One and Only Baby, track 6 on the album Various Artists, The Intruders and Friends, Philly Soul Rarities Volume 1, released in 1997, the CD compilation. You're listening to
Bob Hutchins, live on Keep the Faith in Internet Radio.
Oh look, phone's ringing.
Afternoon, Gov. Barry here, me old cocker. My 3 requests today are 1, Irma Thomas, These Four Walls. 2, Johnny Adams, If I Could See You One More Time. And the 3rd one is Ruby Johnson, I'll Run Your Hurt Away. Oi, watch me bleeding foot, mate.
There's Barry's 3 tunes. Irma Thomas, These Four Walls. It's where Butty should be. Yeah, good afternoon to Barry and Wendy down in Slough. That was the first of Barry's 3 requests, These Four Walls from Irma Thomas. Great little tune. Came out as an A-side on Roker Records in December 1970. Produced and arranged by Jerry Williams Jr. and composed by Lynn Farr. Billboard magazine reviewed it Boxing Day 1970. Here's the second tune. This is Johnny Adams, If I Could See You One More Time. Yeah, the second request there for Barry, Johnny Adams, and If I Could See You One More Time, which was the B-side to Reconsider Me, released on SSS International Records in June of 1969, produced by Watch Record Company, composed by Wardell Kazerke and Albert Savoy. It was also released here in the UK, Polydor Records, 22nd of August 1969. You're listening to
Bob Sunday Soul on Keep the Faith Internet Radio.
Now for the third tune from Barry, Ruby Johnson, I'll Run Your Hurt Away. Yeah, it's just coming up to 4:15 here on Bob Sunday Soul. That was the third of Barry's requests this afternoon, Ruby Johnson and I'll Run Your Hurt Away, an A-side release on Vault Records from the 14th of March 1966, composed by David Porter and Isaac Hayes. Big thank you to Barry for those 3. There'll be 3 more next Friday and 3 more next Sunday. This is
Keep the Faith Internet Radio.
There's the Johnny Gibson Trio and Beachcomber. Yeah, the Johnny Gibson Trio and Beachcomber, initially released on 12 Records in April 1964 before being picked up and issued on the Lorry label in the May. Composed by Bobby Darin, it reached 116 on Billboard's Bubbling Under chart. This is Otis Redding and My Girl. Just want to say good afternoon to Les Briggs on Mixcloud. always like that version, I must admit. I think that's my favourite version, to be honest. Otis Redding and My Girl, track 2 on the B-side of his album, Otis Blue / Otis Redding Sings Soul, released on Vault Records, 15th of September 1965, composed by Ronald White and Smokey Robinson. The UK edition of the album came out on Atlantic Records in November of that year. No, it was November of 66 to be precise. It was released as a single in the US, but it was an EP in 66 in the US, but it was released as a single here in the UK. Came out 5th of November 1965 on Atlantic Records, reached number 11 in the UK chart on the 2nd of February. It spent 16 weeks in the charts, entering on the 1st of December 65 at 49, and final placing of 50 on the 16th of March the following year. Of those 16 weeks, 13 were in the top 40 and 7 were in the top 20. So Les is tuned in from sunny Cyprus. Yeah, we've always had a few listeners, expats and that in Cyprus. Welcome to the show, Les. Nice to have you along. This is Keep the Faith Internet Radio, and you're listening to
Questions on Keep the Faith Internet Radio.
Oh, it's the phone.
Good afternoon, boss. My 3 requests today are 1. James Carr, A Man Needs a Woman. 2. Nina Simone, Feeling Good. I know you hate her. That's why I chose it. And finally, the 3rd one is Lenny's Guess and Just Ask Me. Up the Foxes.
Yeah, 3 tunes coming up now from Lardy. Starting with James Carr.
When I was the age of 3, I need you just to see me through. I got the hair.
I think that's number 3, Butty, isn't it? Are you counting? Oh dear, I tell you what, I forgive Lardy for requesting Nina Simone when he requests tunes like that one. James Carr, A Man Needs a Woman, A-side on Goldwax Records from December 1967, produced by Quinton Claunch and Rudolph Russell. It was composed by Obie Clinton. His voice sounds a bit like Obie, doesn't it, Lardy's? Yes. Now, the first pressing was on the blue label, the second pressing was on the yellow-white label, and the third pressing on the plain yellow pressing. The UK edition, released by Bell Records, 1st of March 1968. Let's have Lardy's second one. It's Nina Simone, Feeling Good.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel.
Nina Simone and Feeling Good, which was track 1 on the B-side of her album I Put a Spell on You. I don't have a copy of that album. Released in March of 1965 on Philips Records, composed by Anthony Newley and Leslie Bricusi. UK edition of that was also released in 1965 on Philips Records. I don't have a month of release for that. You're listening to
KTFIRUK, great soul music 24 hours a day.
This is Lardy's third one, Lenny's Guess. Just Ask Me. Lenny's Guess, Just Ask Me, the third of Lardy's tunes this afternoon. That was the B-side to Working for My Baby on Legrand Records from February 1967. The producer was Frank J. Guida, and it was composed by Frank along with Lenny's Guess. Well, I think you'll all agree that both Barry and Lardy deserve one of these for some great requests this afternoon. And if there's any new listeners that think I'm blowing up their tunes, that's our little symbol for a boom here on Bob's Sunday Soul. Yes, it is. You're listening to...
Putting the heart and the soul. This is Keep the Faith Internet Radio.
Well, sadly, we don't have any requests from Ted this week, but hopefully we might get some for next Sunday. Oh no, not again. I bet I know who this is. Is that you, Butty?
Hi, Bobby. I've just been in touch with the local refuse department, and they reckon they can take your records away anytime you want.
Thank you. There you go, that was Arthur L. MacDonald and A Hump in My Back, released on California record label Noble around about 1960, composed by Nunny Moore and Arthur MacDonald himself. The record label owned by Nunny Moore, so I'm probably guessing that most of the composing was done by Arthur himself. Ted might be going to Thailand for a month. Well, you can still get us out there in Thailand, Ted, yeah? Listen to all over the world, you know, here on Keep the Faith Internet Radio. Yeah, just check first, won't you? Do your Hogan impersonations if you're not too sure whether it's a boy or a girl. This is Keep the Faith Internet Radio. It's the Dave Hamilton Orchestra. Who are you trying to fool? Yeah, that was the Dave Hamilton Orchestra. Who are you trying to fool? B-side to Little Anne's Lean Lanky Daddy, which came out on Kent Select Records on the 27th of July 2009. On your radio, it's...
the best music on the best station.
This is Keep the Faith Internet Radio.
And now, 2 tunes from 1970 onwards.
Starting with this one from the Robert Jones Singers. He's moving. You might hear some tunes like this on Butty Show at the top of the hour. The Robert Jones Singers and He's Moving, released on Rob Matt Music Records out of Richmond, Virginia in 1975, produced and composed by Robert Jones himself. Here's the second one. This is Anita Baker from 1983. Will You Be Mine? Yeah, Anita Baker there from 1983, Will You Be Mine? That was track 3 on the B-side of her album The Songstress, released by Beverly Glen Music, June of 1983, composed by Patrick Mullen and Carlos Turrentine.
Music 24 hours a day.
Oh, I bet that's that Butty bloke again.
Hello, Bob. You play record for my friend Ted. He come see me in Thailand very soon. Thank you, Bobby.
Okay, yes, I'll do that. You didn't leave your name. Anyway, for Ted's friend in Thailand is Jerry Towns, Nevermore. Oh, Buddy, your timing was absolutely perfect. That just slotted in there perfectly. Jerry Towns and Nevermore, B-side to You Are My Sunshine on Penny Records from 1967, produced, arranged and composed by Richard Peake.
the Motown Double Play on Keep the Faith Internet Radio.
Yeah, wasn't sure I was going to get these in. This is Martha and the Vandellas. Love Bug. Leave my heart alone. That was Martha and the Vandellas and Love Bug, Leave My Heart Alone. A-side on Geordie Records from the 3rd of August 1967, produced by Richard Morris and composed by Sylvia Moy and Richard Morris. Some labels had the artist listed as Martha Reeves and the Vandellas, but it was issued as Martha and the Vandellas here in the UK on Tamla Motown Records, 8th of September 67. This is the second Motown tune. It's a group called Bloodstone, 1979. Just want to get the feel of it. No, I'm not talking about Ted now. What a great time for Mixcloud to do its reboot. Always catches me in my show, most weeks. Yeah, there was Bloodstone and Just Wanna Get the Feel of It, released on Motown Records April 79, produced by Winston Montague, arranged by Al Johnson and composed by Michael Larry Smith. The promo of that had that tune on both sides. It wasn't a UK issue of it. You're listening to This is our final tune of the afternoon. Bobby Reed, I Wanna Love You So Bad. Bobby Reed and I Wanna Love You So Bad, an A-side on Loma Records from February 1968. Produced, arranged and composed by Van McCoy, and Cashbox reviewed it 17th of February 1968 on page 26. Coming up next, it's Nutty Butty's Smooth Sunday Soul Sessions, followed at 7 by Mickey G's Strictly Soul on Ice. Well, a big thank you to everyone that's tuned in this afternoon. Special thanks to Lardy and Barry for some great requests and a lot of fun from Butty this afternoon. Enjoy that sunshine in Cyprus, Les. Anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in today, and I'll be back next Sunday, 3 o'clock, to do it all over again. Of course, I'll be with John Sharp on Thursday for the Thursday Mod Show. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a great week. Bye for now.
Bob's Sunday Soul has been a Bob Hutchins radio production for Keep the Faith Internet Radio.